the political analyst and the author of Dollar Democracy with Liberty and Justice for Some, How to Reclaim the American Dream for All. He's in Irvine, California tonight. So Peter, give me your reaction to this Lewandowski situation. I mean, does it damage Donald Trump?
Well, good evening, John. It's good to be here. It's certainly it's a reflection of Donald Trump's two things. One, his view that sometimes he can be threatening at his rallies and tell people that protesters should be punched, as he said before. He can incite violence, and also his view of women and the degrading comments he's made about women. That's two in one, where his campaign manager physically manhandled, apparently, the reporter from Breitbart, and then he also has made derogatory comments, and I don't know if that was because she was a woman he did it, or because the fact is he wanted to get the reporter away from Donald Trump. Either one. It's a reflection of Donald Trump's campaign and attitude, and I think Donald Trump has plateaued with a certain number of voters. In the general election, he won't have a chance, in my view.
So this begins to hurt, then, in your opinion?
It helps him in the primary to some extent to get some of these other people involved, the more extreme right-wing people that are upset about losing jobs and other things, and they're still, they respond around Donald Trump's sectarianism. But it also hurts him a lot with the general electorate. I think at least 60-something% of the American people will not vote for Donald Trump, according to the polls that I've seen, under any circumstance. And this is not helping him at all, especially with the women voters, including women Republicans who will not vote for him based on this kind of.
You read my mind because there have been a lot of questions about many of the things he said about women, and then his attacks on Megyn Kelly, to name one,
yes.
And now his campaign manager allegedly grabbing a female reporter, a conservative female reporter, at this event.
Right.
And there's video. There's video. This campaign manager had said he never touched her,
yes.
but clearly he touched her. So
the video proves otherwise, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, how could women view this event?
Oh, they would view it very negatively. Obviously, the independent women, the Democratic women would be a dead set against it. But like I said, a good slice of educated Republican women will say they'll be abhorred by it. They'll say, this is not what we bargained for a Republican candidate in our party. This is something so degrading, so off out of the range of things that we can't accept this person. We will not vote for him. Some will actually end up voting for Hillary Clinton, I'm pretty sure, if she is the nominee, or Bernie Sanders, if he's the nominee.
You know, you suggest he's plateaued, but there were a lot of political analysts 6 or 8 months ago who said he plateaued at 20% or 25% or 30%. And now he looks like he's headed for the nomination. Is it possible that he's actually convincing voters as he moves forward to support him?
Actually, he's bringing in new voters, John. People who have been so out of the system and so angry at losing their jobs to export, outsourcing of their jobs to China and Mexico. A lot of angry 40-year-old, 50-year-old white males who feel like the country has been taken over by minorities and by immigrants who are here illegally. And this anger, and there's a racial component, unfortunately, has been what Donald Trump has tapped into, and he's expanded his base with those people. The working,
let me stop you there. What's the racial component that you see?
Undereducated men. Oh, the racial component is when he says that all Mexican immigrants are not wanted here. They have to be sent out of the country. They came here illegally, and that many of them are rapists. He used terrible wording for them and said that some of them may be good, but they're mostly rapists and robbers and things. We need to get rid of these people and deport them, the blanket deportation. And he also said that Muslims should not be allowed in the United States. That's Muslim immigrants and even Muslim visitors. A blanket statement about a whole group of people, most of whom are extremely, extremely great American loyal citizens. And he's saying no more of those folks to come here, even relatives of folks who are not even tainted in any way with terrorism. He's giving a blanket statement about 2 ethnic groups and even more. And this rubs people the wrong way. It doesn't matter what color you are in America. We believe this is a nation of immigrants. We should honor our people from around the world and reach out to other countries in the world in a positive way. And Donald Trump is scaring a lot of the other countries and their leaders by coming out with very outrageous statements about how he'll end things in the Middle East, how he will, he says he will do very drastic actions in Syria and other countries, just like that, without even thinking twice. He will use force and violence. But he also has another side to him, which brings in the working class voters who are disillusioned. And that's, he keeps saying, we need to stop the job exports by having tariffs, the 40% tariff he's proposing on Chinese goods. And that's kind of the protectionism that will kill this country. What he should be talking about is fair trade, where we could have policies that would raise the wages in other global South, third world countries, so So people working there for other companies that go there can buy our new products that we'll export from here to those countries. That's a fair trade model that Donald Trump never talks about. Bernie Sanders does. And Donald Trump is saying instead, let's put huge tariffs on these products, which will just increase the price of our goods here and not solve the problem of low wages in the global South country and the export of our jobs there. So Donald Trump has this right-wing populism. It's very different than a progressive populism of Bernie Sanders. It's very different. And people are seeing the difference. And it's quite interesting to see who will end up with Donald Trump. I think it's a plateaued group of people that in the general election will be set at about maybe 40%. He probably won't even break 45% against Hillary or Bernie.
We'll see.
We know the polls are showing that.
Yeah, we'll see
what happens.
Peter, it's good to have you on the program. Thank you very much.